notes out and turn to the next available page. The name of our notes is, sorry about that, 2-7, and we are doing solving equations with rational numbers. Remember that you're writing down what I write down. The sub's been instructed the same thing, that you aren't just here to listen or watch the video, you're actually participating by taking your notes. This is nothing new. Not only did we do this yesterday in class, you did this as a 7th grader. The only thing we added was that we're using rational numbers, which are numbers that can be written as fractions. So we've got fractions and decimals today, and then we have positive and negatives. So do not forget to use your green foldable to help you with this. Alright, the things that I need you to remember for your assignment. You need to remember that when you want to undo addition, you subtract. We did an example of that yesterday on our whiteboards. So a quick example that I do want you to write, so yes, you have to write it. So to undo addition, you're going to subtract. Your example is t plus 0.25 equals -4.12. Now we see addition, so the opposite of that is subtract. So we're going to subtract 0.25 from both sides so that we keep it level. 0.25 minus 0.25 is 0, so we're left with t equals, now we're subtracting integers, so we add the opposite. When we change that to addition, we have adding of same signs, which we add and keep the sign. That's in your green foldable. So I'm going to add, and my sign will be negative. Alright, so that is when we see addition, we are going to subtract. Next one we're going to do to undo subtraction. You already know this. We are going to add. Your example is a minus 3/4 equals negative 3/8. We see subtract, so the opposite is to add. Add 3/4, we have to keep it equal, so we have to add 3/4 to this side. This is now 0, we're left with a equals, need a common denominator. I'm going to look at the 8 and the 4, and I see that they both have multiples of 8 in common. Don't forget that this top one is negative. since the denominator didn't change, the numerator won't change. 4 times 2 is 8, so 3 times 2 is 6. Now I have negative 3 plus 6. My denominator will be 8. 3 minus 6, or sorry, negative 3 plus 6. Signs are different when I'm adding, so I'm going to subtract. 6 minus 3 is 3, and keep the sign from the one with the larger absolute value. So your answer is A equals 3 over 8. That was when we see subtraction, we add to undo it. All right, new page. This time when we want to undo multiplication, we will divide. For example, if we have negative 26.5 equals negative 5.3 W, I see, don't be fooled by this negative sign here, it's not subtraction, it's negative 5.3 times W. To undo multiplication, we divide. So we're dividing by negative 5.3 because we want this to become 1 on this side, so that I'm just left with W. Divide by negative 5.3. This is 1, which leaves me with W. 1W is just W. And 26.5 divided by 5.3. I'm going to do my division down here. Remember that the horse is on the bottom, he goes outside. Cowboy goes on the inside. They're both negative, which means my answer will be positive. Can't divide by a decimal, so I move my decimal one place on the outside, so I have to do it once on the inside. Let's see, I'm going to take a guess with 5 because I know 5 times 5 is 25, which gets me close to that 26. If I was with you, I would have you guys give me some guesses, but it looks like I'm correct. 265, so my answer is 5. Positive because it's negative times negative is a positive, so my answer is 5. W equals 5. So to undo multiplication, I divide. I know I'm going kind of fast, but you guys are, we did this yesterday quite a bit. We had great conversations and discussions every hour, so I know you guys can do this. Last one, to undo division, we multiply. So your example is x divided by 3.2 equals negative 4.5. I see division. To undo division, I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to multiply times 3.2, which is the same as 3.2 over 1. Same thing on this side. The reason I'm showing you this is so you see that these cross reduce to 1, so all we're left with is 1 times x, which is x. Now I need to, I'm going to just go ahead and look to see what my final answer is going to be. Negative times positive is a negative. I'm going to do the work over here. 4.5 times 3.2. Don't forget to look to see how many decimals will be in your answer. There's one space and there's one, so 2 altogether, so I know I have 2 decimal places in my answer. 2 times 5 is 10, carry my 1, 8, 9, space holder, placeholder. 5 times 3 is 15, carry my 1, 12, 13, add it, 0, 4, 4, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, or sorry, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 spaces. Okay, so my answer, because I've already prepared that, is negative 14.40, or negative 14.4.